Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome you all for the afternoon session of day 2. Session 6 will be on Python for data science. It will be handled by Dr.Christo Ananth. He is from Samarkand State University, Russia. I feel very glad in introducing a resource person to you. Actually, Mr. Christo Ananth got his BE degree in electronics and communication engineering and his master degree in applied electronics. He received his PhD degree in engineering. He has completed his postdoctoral research work in cooperative networks. He has almost spent a decade in research, instructing, counseling, and down to earth application improvement. His exploration skill covers image processing, cooperative networks, electromagnetic fields, electronic devices, wireless networks, and medical electronics. He is the recipient of 15 honors and Best Faculty Award, including Best Knowledge Exchange Transfer Initiative of the year 2017. At present, he is a member of 140 professional and social welfare bodies over the globe. He is a biographical world record holder of Marquis, who in the world for his exceptional commitment towards Explore Group from 2015 to 17. He is also a technical advisory board member of nearly 90 national level, international level technical conferences over the globe. Now, I request our resource person, Dr. Christo Ananth, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
So thank you very much, ma'am, for your brief introduction. Actually, we have been 10 minutes past 2 o'clock over here. And I'm very happy to participate in this ISTE AICT sponsored online 6 days induction refresher program on Anaconda data science techniques. So special thanks to the coordinator, Dr. S. Matilda, the professor, Department of CSE, IFET College of Engineering, the co-coordinators, Mrs. S. Usha Rani, the associate professor, Department of CSE, IFET College, and Mr. B. Raj Mohan, who is also the associate professor of Department of CSE, IFET College. And very special thanks to Dr. Ananth Kumar, who has been a regular collaborator with me. So together we had collaborated for various research publications, conferences, journals, including patents as well, national as well as international patents. And I think it's not present over here, but still now we have been regular collaborators, and I thank the coordinators and the IFET College for giving me a special opportunity to participate as a keynote speaker or as a resource person for this FTP, or so is called as induction program. So before beginning the session, at least we should take a 1-minute prayer to thank God to keep us safe during this pandemic period, because Omicron has been threatening, and as far as I know, it's the rate of spread has been huge. But still, I would rather say if we stay safe during the pandemic period, I think it would be signaling the end of this pandemic period. So I would not like to waste much of my time, and I'm going to go straight into my session. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So I hope my screen is visible to you and my voice is audible for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, everything is
Okay.
clear, sir.
Right. Okay. So warm welcome to everybody. So this has been my topic of preference, this Python for data science. And this is especially for you, my dear faculty members, learned scholars, researchers, scientists, and young researchers, in and around the globe. And this is Dr. Christo Ananth for you, and you can reach me at dr.christoananth@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, let us all Remember God for just a minute. As for me, I thank God for giving me this golden opportunity to deliver this useful session, to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students, learned scholars, faculty members, and young researchers. So thank you, my dear officials and the head of the department, who understood this need to initiate fruitful outcome on teaching, learning, and education. And thank you, my dear colleagues and fellow participants, who understood the necessity to support this valuable session by your utmost valuable presence. And without you, the event would not have been possible. So this is what we are going to discuss at a glance. We are going to discuss about why learn Python for data science. Because yes, of course, everybody would have a short introduction, but still you should understand why you should learn Python for data science and how to learn Python for data science. How long will it take to learn Python, and where can I learn Python for data science? So you can ask a question to yourself: is Python generally necessary in the data science field? Is Python better than R for data science? And we will have a simple program about how to check a number, whether it is a spy number or not. And we will discuss about the significance of Jupyter Notebook. And I'll discuss some suggestions, some valuable suggestions about the steps to become a data scientist. Of course, at regular intervals, we will have some short videos to discuss the knowledge in our topics. So we will have a short introduction about why you have to learn Python for data science. So before getting into Python for data science, we actually have to brief about why we should learn Python. And then we go for why we should learn Python for data science. So in short, you can say that if you are getting in touch with Python, or maybe if you are understanding Python, so definitely it is considered as a valuable skill. You can become a data programmer, you can become a data scientist, and who knows, you can land yourself in your dream company or maybe your dream job. You can pursue your data science career. So you can confidently say that Python is the programming language of choice for data science. So when you think about data science, Python should be the first choice. So actually in 2016, it overtook R for data science on Kaggle, the premier platform for data science competitions. And in 2017, it overtook R on the KD Nuggets annual poll of data scientists, which are considered as the most used tools. And in 2018, 66% of the overall data scientists reported using Python daily. So which means that everybody are showing much interest on this analytical professionals on this Python for data science. So data science experts, they have predicted to continue with the increasing development in Python ecosystem. So the journey continues. There are several broad opportunities that are open up. So still the career, the entire scenario is expected to boom in coming years. According to Indeed, a popular media, the average salary for data scientists is 121,583. Okay, I think you know about this Indeed profile. Like many job seekers try to have a profile over here, and you can actually calculate the basic salary, median salary, and the maximum salary. Think about the average salary. It's 121,583. Normally, we people, they are abroad. Maybe we would go, maybe maximum, it might go up to $3,000 per month. Okay, for faculty members, or maybe somebody who's working in a normal company or maybe industry field, they would go up to $3,000 per month. Maybe it may take up to $36,000 per year. Okay, think about $121,000 per year. Okay, so approximately it is going to take some $10,000 per month. Okay, so if you have some real interest in becoming a data scientist, your returns are huge. That number is only expected to increase as demand for data scientists is expected to keep growing. If you analyze the statistics in 2021, and because 2021 is going to be over, okay, still there are some huge booms that are coming in 2022. And in 2021, there are 3 times as many job postings in data science. And very recently, I've come across, like in Germany, there are too much of wanted for this data scientist. Okay, so job searches for data science has been huge according to QuantHub, and this means that the demand for data scientists is vastly outstripping the supply, which means that we lack professionals who know the real knowledge. Okay, so if you are going to become a data scientist, job openings are huge, salary is going to be huge. So the future is bright for data science, and Python is just one piece of the pie. Fortunately, learning Python and other programming fundamentals is as attainable as ever. So I'll try to show you some 5 simple steps about why you have to learn Python for data science. But remember, it is because the steps are simple, doesn't mean that you have to put in the work. Okay. So if you try to apply yourself, or maybe you dedicate some time to learn Python, you have the potential. Maybe if you're not going to pick up new skill, but definitely you can think about Python for data science as a career, as an initiative, or maybe a beginning of a new start. And how to learn Python for data science? First of all, you have to identify the right course to help you learn Python programming. Courses are there specifically in the internet, okay, for learning Python for data science at your own speed, okay, challenging you to write real code and use real data in interactive in-browser interface. And in addition to learning Python in a course setting, your journey to become a data scientist should also include soft skills. So whenever you're going for any job, for any dream company, the first thing they will ask, do you have any soft skills, or do you have any experience? Okay, so they will be testing your soft skills. Okay, also they will be testing your technical skills as well. But still, soft skills are very much interested. Very much needed for learning this Python. So step 1, first of all, you understand, or maybe you learn the Python fundamentals. Maybe you can start it from anywhere. Okay, so first thing, you should learn the Python programming basics, and maybe you can also have an introduction to data science. Okay. So one of the most important tools is Jupyter Notebook. Have a note of it, Jupyter Notebook, which comes pre-packaged with Python libraries to help you learn these 2 things. You can actually join a community. Maybe you can have a WhatsApp group, or maybe a Facebook, or maybe a Twitter group. Even in the courses you try to pursue, you will have a community, an app, where you will put yourself around like-minded people and increase your opportunities for employment. My suggestion is that first of all, don't go for employment. First of all, you try to master the topic, master the area where you are trying to boom into the field, and then you go for the employment. Okay, because you have to test your knowledge. And according to the Society for Human Resource Management, employee referrals account for 30% of all hires. Okay, so 70% you are going to try on your own. Maybe there are some chances that 30% that you can go with the employee referral. So what you do, as simple as that, you create a Kaggle account, join a local meetup group, and participate in any learner community with the current students and alums. And maybe you can also go for CLI, command line interface, which lets you to run scripts more quickly and allows you to test programs faster and work with more data. So the first step is learn the Python fundamentals. And the second thing, you try to practice more and more mini Python projects. So hands-on learning, everybody tries to refer. Okay, everybody tries to practice with hands-on learning. So you may be surprised by how soon you will be able to build some Python projects. So maybe you can, at the start, what we do, we try to compile it for the beginners. But maybe think about this way. Okay, maybe you can track and analyze your personal Amazon.com spending habits. Okay, because maybe there are some commodities you will try to buy often. Okay, there are some commodities you will try to buy within a month. So you try to track, you try to analyze your personal spending habits. Think about a fun project that will help you to practice Python and maybe pandas basics as well. While it will give you a specific insight into your personal finance. Okay. Also, you try to analyze the data from a survey, find a public survey data, or maybe use a survey data from your own work in the beginner project. That will definitely teach you to drill down into answers to mine, the insights into that particular project. Or maybe you can try any one of the guided projects, maybe interactive Python projects for every skill level that uses real data and offer guidance while still challenging you to apply your skills in new ways. But still, you can also go with the programming things like calculators for an online game. Okay, so start with a simple Minesweeper game. Okay, or maybe a simple calculator for an online game or a program that fetches the weather from Google in your city. You can build simple games, apps. Still, apps and games it's going to broaden your circle when you are learning this Python for data science. And building mini projects like this will definitely help you learn Python. So go for many projects. Okay. So this projects or maybe these mini projects definitely it will be considered as a very important standard, and it will help you to strengthen your basics. Okay. So only if you try to experience or maybe build your experience with the application program interfaces, definitely you can begin with a very important term called as web scraping. Okay, so web scraping is definitely useful for gathering this data, and it will help you to strengthen your basics in the Python program. So rather, I would conclude with this mini Python projects. You try to enhance your coursework and find the answers for the Python programming challenges. Maybe you will have like several programs, like maybe write a simple Python program for any app, for any blog post, or maybe some stuff out of it. Okay. So that's one important book or maybe one important literature that you can go through. You can have a note of it. Automate the boring stuff with Python. Automate the boring stuff with Python by AICTE-ISTE-IFETCE-CSE-ANACONDA-DATA. You have a note of it. Automate the boring stuff with Python. It's actually a very excellent, and it will be having a fun-filled way of learning Python. So it's totally free. You can go with that book. Automate the boring stuff with Python by AICTE-ISTE-IFETCE-CSE-ANACONDA-DATA. So you can go through these several projects, some real-time examples. Also, there is a data science handbook also. It's a great collection of interviews with working data scientists. So they will be giving some experience. You will get a better idea about what real data science work is actually about, and how you can actually succeed in this field. Okay, so the data science handbook will be giving you some interviews with the data scientists, and you will have a Python data science handbook. It's a helpful guide that is available in the convenient Jupyter Notebook for free. You can see it in the GitHub platform where you can dive in and you can run all the sample code for yourself. And there are elements of statistical learning. Okay, you will have a statistics textbook that will serve you as a reference while learning Python to make sure your work is statistically valid. Okay. And you can also go with learning the Python data science libraries. Maybe in the case of Python, maybe that's a best way of doing something. So you can have NumPy or maybe pandas or maybe matplotlib. Okay, so there are some at most like 15 most important Python libraries for data science. We have like NumPy, which has a variety of mathematical and statistical operations. It's being included in the pandas library. Then you have pandas. We have a library dedicated specifically to facilitate working with data, and we have matplotlib. It's a visualization library where you can generate charts from your data, and you have scikit-learn. We have the machine learning framework in this Python, so you can have a note of NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and scikit-learn as well. So if you consider these libraries, you can consider NumPy and Pandas to be greatly used by the data scientists. And you don't know what you don't know. That's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. So only thing if you practice more and more many projects, or maybe learn data science libraries one by one, then you will get to know your real knowledge. And Python has a rich community of experts who are eager to help you learn Python. And of course, you have like a Quora, a platform where you can ask any questions and you can get the answers. Stack Overflow, Learner Community are some of these examples where you have full active people excited to share the knowledge, and you can learn Python programming. Of course, with any Python, you will have like Git or maybe GitHub, which is a popular tool, which helps you keep track of the changes made to your code, which helps you to identify the mistakes, detect the mistakes, or maybe correct the mistakes, experiment it, analyze it, or maybe you can collaborate with others. Okay. So you can think about some projects, some user level projects where you can strengthen the basics of the Python data science libraries. So as you learn Python, it's very essential that you try to practice and you try to build a data science portfolio. We have something called Interfolio, where it's a platform where you can submit your resumes, or maybe you can submit your job application. Similarly, you can build a data science portfolio for aspiring data scientists. A portfolio is a matter of presentation, or maybe it's a matter of showcase. Okay. So this portfolio, something like projects, should include work with several different data sets and should leave the readers with several insights that you're trying to build. Some examples I'm trying to give it to you: data cleaning project, data visualization project, and machine learning project. Okay. If you take in the case of a data cleaning project, it involves dirty or maybe unstructured data that you try to clean it up, and you try to analyze with the potential employers, since most real world data is going to require cleaning. So you cannot say every project is perfect. Okay. So there are some unstructured data that you can clean it up with some analyzing features. And you can go with data visualization project also. So make it trendy, make it attractive, make it easy to read visualizations. So you apply the programming, you apply the design challenges, the knowledge that you have studied, and have some good looking charts, trending charts in your project, so that your portfolio stands in front of others. And you can also think about a machine learning project. Suppose if you think about becoming a data scientist, so definitely you can study YAML, machine learning. And one important thing that you should note is the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so it's all about mastering the code. The advantage is that non-technical people can follow along with your charts and written explanations, and need not have a bright theme, even a simple theme with some data sets that's interesting to the people. But if you think about working in a company or maybe industry, building some projects such as these with the help of a portfolio is a very good idea. And displaying the projects definitely will invite some data scientists to collaborate with you. So who knows, the future employers might turn out in any way. Okay, just like a webinar, or maybe just like a development program, a refresher course, somebody will try to come along with you, somebody will try to recruit you, and who knows, applying your programming skills, you might land in your dream job. And one of the important things is that you try to, whatever you have, the soft skills you have, you collaborate with others. Okay, as in my tagline it says, collaboration is everything. So you collaborate with others. So you try to build a very good project that is very much useful for the government even. And while learning Python for data science, you will have to have a solid background in statistics. Without statistics, you cannot become a data scientist for sure. So understanding statistics, definitely you will have the mindset to focus on the right things, and you can find valuable insights rather than just executing the code. And apply advanced data science techniques. So sharpen your skills. So any field you take, okay, maybe it's data science or maybe machine learning or maybe Python, you have to constantly learn. You have to have some passion. You have to have some interest. So it should not come out of compulsion. Okay, you should have some interest to it. Okay, maybe you will forget your breakfast, you will forget your lunch, you will forget your dinner. Okay, so you should have some passion, you should have some interest. And in the internet, you are gifted with several advanced courses that you can complete to ensure that you have covered all the bases. And you have to be comfortable with the statistics. As I told you, regression analysis, classification, K-means, KC-means. Okay, you should learn. You should get in touch with the machine learning. Several bootstrapping models. Okay, the Django projects, creating neural networks using scikit-learn. Okay, so when you try to create as many models like newspaper app, okay, using live data feeds, or maybe you can go with predictions. Okay, several predictions with the case of developing other projects, or maybe taking the standards to the next higher up. So data science, as you can see, it's a evergreen field that spans numerous industries. So at the rate the demand is increasing, there are exponential opportunities, broad opportunities. So continue reading, continue collaborating, continue programming, continue conversing with others. You're sure to maintain an interest, and definitely you can sustain in a competitive world. So before going into how long will it take to learn Python, I would like to give you a short video. So this is all about a short video. We are almost in the end of 2021, but still, I would rather say, why learn Python in this 2021? Still, 2021 is not yet over. Why learn Python in 2021?
Excuse me, sir. We cannot hear
Yes,
anything. Is it just an video? Audio is not clear.
you cannot hear the audio, ma'am.
Yes,
Actually,
yes, sir.
that's the reason I switched on the subtitles.
Okay, okay, understood, sir. Thank you.
Because with the case of sharing the video, we have YouTube to the participants, you cannot hear the audio to much extent. But still,
Yeah, of course.
I can do the voiceover, no issues.
Okay, thank you, sir.
The third reason why you should learn Python in this 2021, because it has an extensive online documentation, and you can see that Python is being released in 1991, and we can have much depth online documentation. So you can see that it is being neatly documented, so you can start quickly whenever and wherever you want to. Okay, so reading, discussing about the things, analyzing and collaborating is all what you see in the Pandas platform. So you can develop a awesome community. So you can see that Python is an open source language, very free to use. It can be used by a lot of people, and the major advantage is that you can think about using just like as you use a plain English language. Then you have Python's advanced applications. We have a toolbox where you can build to be a software engineer, Python developer, automation tester, data analyst, or data scientist even. So learning Python approximately takes 3 months of constant study. Okay, so you need not have to maybe skip for a while. Constantly you have to go through it. So you can master data science, data analytics, and machine learning, which takes less than 3 months. So we have a 365 data science program, which takes 200 hours to complete. We have like fundamentals of mathematics, statistics, and Python. So you can like Sky, NumPy, and Pandas even for pre-processing and machine learning. And you can learn deep learning with TensorFlow 1. So that has been the topic of interest in YAML. So if you are dedicating 5 hours daily, maybe you can complete within a month. So I think you would have had a short introduction about why learn this Python during this 2021. I hope you would have got something out of it, something out of this video. Okay, because you should be thinking about this if you are aspiring to become a data scientist back. So yes, I think the video gives you the answer. Okay. Right. So we'll start off with how long will it take to learn Python. Okay, so I've discussed some libraries. Okay, right. So NumPy, Pandas, everything that's embedded with the machine learning, it will roughly take maybe less than 3 months. But the thing is that you should have some passion. You should have some interest. And there are a lot of estimates about how long it actually takes to learn Python. For data science specifically, it will take maybe some less than 3 months. maybe to a year. Maybe if you are dedicating very less time for a day, then definitely it will take a year. But think about the fruit. Think about the fruit that you are going to get. It's going to be very tasty, and you are going to enjoy it. And I watched several people over the years for taking online courses at lightning speed. Okay, and others who are taken much slower. Maybe their speed is relatively high. Some are slow and steady. They go. Okay, so it all depends on your desired timeline and about the free time that you have and you dedicate to the Python programming and at what speed or maybe what pace you are trying to learn. And there are several online courses that are available. Each path is full of lessons. You have hands-on learning approach. You have several opportunities to ask questions. You have the several opportunities to develop the community, join the community, develop the community, and take it to your dream job. So you can have an in-depth mastering of the data science fundamentals. Where can I learn this Python for data science? And there are tons of Python learning resources. Okay, so I'm not trying to stand for any brand, but if you are looking to learn it for data science, it's best to choose somewhere that teaches data science specifically. Okay, so because Python is also used in a variety of other programming disciplines, from game development to the mobile apps. So generic learn Python resources generally will teach you something basics out of it. Generally, it will help you to analyze, go with the data analytics even. And if you are struggling through a course that's actually teaching you to build a game for Python, maybe you will get frustrated and you will quit this program. You will quit this entire online learning. But if you go with the basics, go with the data analysis, okay, and then you master the basics, and then you go with small mini projects, okay, master these mini projects, go with several examples, and then finally if you go with any gaming or maybe some real-time projects, so definitely you will find it helpful, you will find it very easy to master. And there are a lot of free Python for, yes, ma'am.
Sir, I am having a tough time actually with multispectral image analysis. So I want to do it with Python. So I need to know basics starting from the scratch. Can you suggest any courses or some material, online resources?
So actually, with the case of, yes, I think I've given some examples. I think you can go with this one. Automate the boring stuff with Python by AICTE-ISTE-IFETCE. DataQuest is also one such platform where you can get some ideas. These two platforms, definitely it will help you get an answer to start from the scratch.
This book and which one?
DataQuest. DataQuest is good. Where it will be giving you some fun examples even. Where you have access to NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. You have the access to all the data science libraries. Still, you can embed with the Jupyter Notebook. That's also good. That's also good in developing some good projects, good real-time projects. Maybe if you are going to this one, definitely you will get an idea. Maybe it will kindle something out of it, and you can help do your project better. Okay, no?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, if you don't want to pay, several YouTube videos are there, but still, there are some free courses that are also available that helps you to learn Python. But these can be a very good option. So maybe if you're so serious about it, maybe maybe it might turn into a platform. We'll have some interactive features with it, with a curriculum that is constructed to guide you. So definitely it will be helping you to learn things better. So as I told you, DataQuest is one such platform. Literature book is also available. The thing is that we have been too much into the online that we forget to read the books. We forget to read the literatures. There are plenty of the literatures that are available. Even the hard copy books will help you gather much knowledge about the subject. And even you can plan to be a data scientist using either Python or maybe R. And each language has its own strength and weakness. So you cannot say this is the best. Okay. So Python is more popular, but still you can, if you compare it with R dominates in some industries, especially in the academia field and the research field. But other than that, Python is good. Okay. And to do data science work, you'll definitely need to learn at least one of these two languages, either R or maybe Python. Okay. Especially for the data science. And it doesn't have to be a Python, but it does have to be either Python or R. Okay. So don't get in touch, too deep into Python. We go with learn Python to master something else. Okay, learn Python, okay, to build a major project. Okay, or you can go with R platform even. So that's a common question that's arising: is Python better than R for data science? Okay. This has been a constant topic of discussion, whether Python is better or maybe R is better. So it all depends on the application area where you're trying to use. So R, if you speak about R, generally it will have some regression analysis or maybe statistics or mathematics, too much of statistics and mathematics into it. And there are some good packages where you can use it for data science. And we have a supporting online community even. Make sure that you maintain the discipline. Okay. And Python is a much better language for all around work, meaning that your Python skills should be transferable to other disciplines. So you should not be able to apply to one such field alone. Okay, so you should your area, your collaboration work should be broad enough to apply in all fields. Okay. And it's, of course, it's a popular platform. And how is Python used for data science? So if you take in the case of using Python or maybe SQL, you write a query normally to pull the data you need to. So using Python and the pandas library, you clean, you order it, you sort the data into data frame that's ready for analysis. And using Python and the pandas and the matplotlib libraries as well, you can analyze, you can structure, you can explore, you can research, you can visualize the data what you're looking for. So if you try to use this Python and the Skype learn library that we actually saw in the video, you can build a predictive model. For example, you can build a newspaper app model that generally focus the future outcomes from your company. So this is a very much useful way when you are trying to bring your company to the next higher level. Yes, do you have any questions? I see some noise in the background noise over there. And you can arrange with your final analysis, establishing a collaboration with your co-workers. And definitely Python is a very good choice for data science. And I would like to give you a simple example about how to check a number, whether it is a spy number or not. So that's a simple program. I would like to kindle some programming knowledge out of it. So generally, if if you are asked, or maybe if you have to write a Python program to check a number whether it is a spy number or not, using a for loop. Okay, so this is actually basic out of it. Okay, so maybe researchers like us, we will start from the basics. Okay, for example, if the sum of the digit equals the product of the individual digit in a number. Okay, maybe let us take in the case 1111, like 4 ones. Okay, the sum is actually 4. But the product is actually 1. So it's not a spy number. Okay. So in the Python spy number example, maybe you can use a while loop to divide the number into digits and find the sum, and you can find the product of the digits. And this if statement checks whether the sum equals the product. And if this sum of the number is equal to the product of the number, then it's true. And maybe it will get the spy number.
Please keep switch off your mic.
I request the participants to please be more professional, because
yes, sir. We have muted, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. The other participants are also listening because it might disturb them. Okay, right. So this is a Python program to check a number whether it is a SPY number. So you can give with the initialization of number, int input, enter the number to check the SPY number, and the temporary the number, sum equal to 0, you are going to initialize, and product equal to 1. And you have a while loop, while temporary number is greater than 0. So you give the last digit, okay, temp modulus 10, sum is equal to sum plus last digit, and product equal to product multiplied by last digit. So only when you go with the sum, when you initialize the sum with the sum added to the last digit and the product multiplied by the last digit, you get the temporary value, okay, temp, okay, slash 10. Okay, so you're going to print the sum of the digits and you are going to print the product of the digits. And if this sum is equal to product, okay, so first of all, you are going to go with addition. Maybe if you are going with maybe 1, 2, 4, 1, let us take in the case, okay. 1, 2, 4, 1. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1. Okay, that it is taken. Okay, and then 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 1. Okay, that also is taken. And if this sum is equal to this product, then you are going to print it is a SPY number. Okay, else you are going to print it as it is not a SPY number. So the same thing you can also compare or maybe test your programming skills using the recursion or maybe recursive functions. Same thing, total equal to 0, product equal to 1, remainder equal to 0, and you're going to define the SPY number, okay, global remainder, total and product, and if number is greater than 0, remainder is equal to number modulus 10. So total you are going to compute total plus remainder, product multiplied by remainder, and you are going to go with the SPY number printing. Okay, return total product, else maybe you return with the 0. So the program, the way is different, but the actual idea is the same. So what I'll do, maybe I can run an online compiler. Maybe you need not have to install this Python. Maybe as a simple case, maybe you can go with the online Python compiler. So what I do, so I'm entering a number. It's not a SPY. So you can actually check whether it is a SPY number or not. Same thing you can elaborate once again. Okay, maybe you can go with another version of it, a Python program which prints the SPY numbers from 1 to n, or SPY numbers within one particular range. Maybe let us take in the case 1 till 1 lakh or maybe 1 till 10,000. So you're going to print it. Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to define the minimum SPY. Okay. Int of input, please enter the minimum SPY value. Maximum SPY, int of input, please enter the maximum SPY value. So you're going to input the minimum SPY value and maximum SPY value. For I in range, minimum SPY and maximum SPY plus 1. Temp equal to I, temporary temp number, okay, equal to I, sum equal to 0 and product equal to 1. We're going to use the while loop, while temp is greater than 0, last digit is equal to temp modulus 10. So you're going to compute the sum equal to sum plus last digit, product equal to product multiplied by last digit. Okay, finally you're going to go with temp slash double slash 10. And if this sum equal to product, print I, end of the complete loop. Okay. So what you do, same thing I'm trying to go to the second example. So this example is all about minimum and maximum SPY value. So you are going to print the SPY numbers within a particular range. Minimum SPY value, let us take in the case I'm giving 1. Maximum SPY value, let us take in the case, maybe I'm going to print it up to 10,000. So it is going to print the SPY number, okay, away from 1 till it will go up to 10,000. Okay, so we can check with this one. We can go in touch with several examples. It will definitely help you to get things much more better. Before going into the Jupyter Notebook, I would like to have a short video. Once again, I should tell you that YouTube videos telecasted over Google Meet, it will not have audio. That's the reason I gave some subtitles. And if you need some voiceover out of it, definitely. So this is a short video about whether data science really is a rising career. So that you should go through. So this is a special video from 365 Data Science. So consistently over the years, data scientist has been the top job with $100,000 average salary per year. So demand is high, salary is also high, and supply is all what it matters. So you can think about becoming a programmers, web designers to make themselves sustain in the computer science industry. According to IBM, World-Class Technology and Business Higher Technologies, so the supply is still low, but still the demand is huge and the salary is also huge. SPSS is a very powerful platform for economics as well as statistics. I would rather suggest you master some SPSS because even in my abroad, university where I was working, everybody was asked to master this SPSS. So when you think about practicing some real-time projects with Amazon or maybe Flipkart, Facebook, everything has been embedded in Google. Maybe you can think about the normal spending habits. You can plan it accordingly so that you can develop some data science algorithms to develop the procedure. Same case happens with Facebook. If you talk about social media platforms like FB, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, even. So it's all about the advertisements they try to show. Maybe the mutual friend suggestions they try to showcase. Suppose if you have saved the phone number. So it is all about the search that we try to go for. So if you are too much into clothing or maybe shopping or maybe mobile gadgets, so this pops up, this comes in front. Suppose if you have a website, maybe you will have G business, Google business. You will analyze the Google analytics for your page. Okay, so it is all about using the machine learning and the data analytics techniques in order to make you know make some useful analysis and give some end results. Okay, so this is all about data science mastering in 365 data science project. So you would have got something out of it. Whether it's a rising career, yes, it is definitely in 2021. I mean, especially in 2022, especially in this lockdown period, we have been gifted with internet resources. So thanks to it, and of course, over time to time, through the videos, through the sessions, I've been confirming you once again that data science is not for the programmers. It is for researchers. Do you think research is only for the faculty members or the learned scholars over here? Not at all. Because even in the company, even in the industry, you have to do research. And research is lifetime validity. You should have some interest in it, passion in it, so you can pursue your research career. You can take it to the next higher. Now I'm going to go in touch with the Jupyter Notebook. So that's a very important part in today's session. So earlier it was called as IPython Notebook, and it's actually a flexible tool that helps you to create a readable analysis. You can keep the code, images, comments, formulae, plots together. So Jupyter is quite extensible. It supports several programming languages, and you can easily post it in your computer, in any server. Okay. Only thing you should have the HTTP access or maybe the SSH access. Okay. The thing is that Jupyter Notebook is completely free. You can search for it and you can access it. You can use it in your projects. And then comes Project Jupyter, which comes inbuilt with the IPython Notebook or maybe the Jupyter Notebook. So Project Jupyter was born out of the IPython project. It is considered to be a project. Maybe it is developed into a notebook that could support multiple languages. Generally, you will have Julia, Python, R. So that comes Jupyter. Okay, Julia, Python, R. Okay. So IPython kernel is being used over here. You will have easy access to all the IPython features within the Jupyter notebooks. And here comes a very much important topic: steps to become a data scientist. So first of all, step one, you have to start with the basics. Set up your machine. Now that you have made up your mind, okay, I need to become a data scientist. Don't think about backing up. Okay, but don't think about backing it at any point of time. Okay, even in life when situations turn up very hard, remember you still have a community of people who have less knowledge than you. Okay. So the thing is that first thing you should think about, build up or maybe set up your own machine. And the easiest way is to download Anaconda from continuum.io. Generally, it comes handy with packaging with several other features. Okay, but the thing is that you have to wait for the continuum to update all the packages. And if it is done, you can go with several updates. Maybe if you're a beginner, maybe you will think about some hard things, but it doesn't matter. You have to set up your own machine. Okay, so you have to download it. And the second thing, you have to go with basics of Python language. So you should understand the basics of the language, the several Python libraries, the data structure that is involved. And we have a free course, Analytics Vidya on Python. Have a note of it, Analytics Vidya on Python. Remember, I gave AICTE-ISTE-IFETCE, that's also literature. Analytics Vidya on Python, it's the best places to start your journey. And if you start about the courses, it focuses on how to get started with Python for data science. And by the end, you should be comfortable with the basic concepts of the language. What you do, you can take the free Python course by Analytics Vidya on Python. Okay. Still, you can go with Google Class for Python. That's also an alternate way of learning or becoming a data scientist. Learn regular expressions in Python. So as I told you, regularly you keep in touch, whether it may be data cleansing, especially if you're working on text data. And if you want to go with regular expressions, you can have a cheat sheet so that you can use the Google Class for ease. When you learn the scientific libraries, as I discussed in the videos, you can go with NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib, and Pandas. You will have several examples, hands-on training sessions. It will be forming good foundation for things to come. So you can look at the SciPy tutorials, go through the introduction, go through the basics. Okay, and maybe if you are going with Matplotlib tutorials as well, then you are in the wrong path. So first of all, you look with the SciPy tutorials and then go with the next. Then finally go with the Pandas. So the Pandas, it provides data frame functionality, just like R platform for Python, and practice with the case of analytics, statistic, regression, okay, analysis techniques. Start with a short introduction, 10 minutes to pandas, then go with the more and more tutorials and pandas. And finally, the end part, learn scikit-learn, and then machine learning. So summarizing, I can say NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib, pandas, then comes scikit-learn, and then finally machine learning. So scikit-learn is the most useful library on Python for machine learning. We'll go through the overview of machine learning, several supervised learning algorithms, the neural networks, artificial neural networks, non-supervised learning algorithms like clustering-based approaches. You can go with scikit-learn. And finally, machine learning. Practice, and practice. It's a matter of practice that it helps to collaborate with the other researchers and other fellow data scientists on the data hack platform. Dive into live competitions. You can go participate in several competitions on the data hack and Kaggle platform. Just go for a try. Okay, only then you will know what knowledge you have. And finally, deep learning. Okay, so you have learned most of the machine learning techniques. It is time that you have to go with deep learning. It's a good platform about deep learning. Still go with a brief introduction, practice more and more examples, tutorials, and then jump into real projects. So if you say with the case of deep learning, still I can say I'm a beginner. Okay. With the case of deep learning, you can go with deeplearning.net. That's a very useful platform, deeplearning.net. You'll find lectures, data sets, challenges, tutorials. Even there's a course, an online course from Jeff Hinton, the neural networks by Jeff Hinton. That's also a course about where you can study deep learning and you can master it for free. And finally, I would like to end with a short video about how to become a data scientist, especially in India. So I'm going to end with a short video. Again, this is a 365 data science video. How to become a data scientist in India. So of course, education qualification is essential, but more than that, you should have some interest. So where to find the data scientist job openings in India and how to stay unique ahead of everybody. Introduction to Python, machine learning, deep learning. So mathematical as well as statistical knowledge is very important. That should be the first step. So when it comes to time series analysis or maybe credit risk modeling, it's very much essential to start with. So in Bangalore, Delhi, you have good job openings. it comes with Mumbai and Bangalore, you have high salaries. As I'm repeating you over time to time that the salaries are high, like $1 million, $1,000, maybe like up to $2,000. So, what education do you need to become a data scientist in India? Master's degree is very essential. 34% is bachelor degree. 6% have a PhD. So degree doesn't matter. So you should have some knowledge in computer studies, economics, finance, statistics, and mathematics knowledge. So relevant skill is very essential. Experience is very important. Also languages. So you should have relevant certified certificates posted in LinkedIn. %79% are male. So equally, ladies are also interested in data scientist field. So data science is not only for the gents but also for the ladies. But statistics say that they have less interest. Mathematics, statistics, regression analysis, power analysis, SQL, Python, and R. So data scientist jobs are more in overseas than in India. If you are looking for US or maybe European countries, definitely there are huge openings. As I told you, Germany, we have too much opportunities for data science. Bangalore, Hyderabad are some of the common places where you have some good job opportunities. You can go for internships. That should be a part of your curriculum. So you can go with the internship, gain industry experience. So it's very easy to get into the data scientist job. You should have a good GitHub repository. Have your GitHub link in your LinkedIn profile. So it's very important to showcase your work. Several competitions are there, you can participate in them. So Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, you have several competitions, several meetings that are there. You can enrich, maybe elaborate this. So I'm sure you would have enjoyed this video about the several data scientist job opportunities. I would rather suggest that if you are looking for this job opportunity about data scientist, go for overseas. Or else if you are not planning for overseas, you can generally settle yourself in Bangalore or maybe Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai, or maybe Mangalore. Okay, so that's a good choice. And of course, you would have understood the ways about how to become a data scientist, why you should learn Python for data science, how R is beneficial, how Python is beneficial. And the way I see from the participant list, yes, of course, the list has been maintaining, so which means the participants are still showing interest in this relevant subject, and I'm happy about it. Okay, so some concluding remarks I can say about today's session. Yes, remember these literatures. Automate the boring stuff with Python by AI's Swigert. So you have data science handbook, Python data science handbook, elements of data science, statistical analysis, learning, everything in the internet. Okay. Don't forget the Jupyter Notebook. Okay. You will have Jupyter projects as well. Okay, and then comes 365 data science. Okay, so these are some good platforms. Okay, finally we end up with the analytics vidya on Python. Okay, so I would rather suggest that all the internet sources may not have the relevant information. Even you can go with the books, even literatures, even seriously. I tell you that it has some good knowledge, which even the online sources may not. Okay. So before ending the session, I should tell you that tell to yourself, I am entirely responsible. I have to initiate. I have to do things on my own, and I have to give promotion for whatever I have. Okay, you need not have a third party to do all these things. Okay, so you should stand in your own leg at all times. Okay, so if you are planning to become a data scientist, repeatedly I'm telling you, don't set a back foot. Okay, instead, whatever situations you face, you should stand whatever you want to. And remember, whatever you are trying to pursue, try to think about the salary you get. Okay, so the salaries are huge, $1 million to $2 million per year. Okay, so definitely roughly around like 10 lakh you are going to earn out of a month. So who doesn't want to? Okay, and thank you for your kind patience. And once again, I thank the management of IFET College for giving such a golden opportunity. And I would never say that I have given you all the knowledge out of it. Maybe on a scale of maybe 1 to 10, I can say I have given 0.5% of the knowledge. But I have given you some good interest about the scope to improve, scope to study, where to learn, why it is essential, and what are the jobs we are going to get out of the Python for data science. So we researchers can flourish even in the teaching career, even in the research field, even in the programming field, because that's what the government, the company, the industry, the organization is looking for. Okay, so you have to be a multi-talented personality in order to strengthen your base in your career. Okay, so let's start working. And thank you, everybody, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the outstanding session. Participants, if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself, and our resource person is ready to answer your questions. And thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening us and for being an ideal example of inspiration and motivation for all of us. It will definitely help us in future. Thank you, sir.